been months since a congressional hearing on UFOs was held. By now, surely there must be a task force set up, ready to go and investigate things at the drop of a hat to find out what's going on. A task force, Johnny? No, there's been no bloody task force at all. They're still fucking around with papers and things. Wouldn't you think that the scientific community would stand up and say, by Jesus, we've seen all this, we've heard all that, something has to be investigated. We've got to look into this bloody straight away. Nothing. But Johnny, surely they've got some bloody plan of action to find out what the hell's going on. I mean, Johnny, if you were a scientist, I'm sure you'd be saying to yourself, by Jesus, I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to go out there and we've got to find out what the hell these things are. No, it doesn't seem to happen. Is no one interested? In fact, scientists spend more time looking for quarks and things in that bloody big hadron collider thing, looking for particles that don't exist in the real world. They spend a lot of time doing that and getting all excited about it, and we're going to find something new that'll change the world.
The satisfaction of finding something completely unique is one of the things that drives many scientists to their career. As a result, scientists at CERN, the European Organisation for Nuclear Research, have reactivated their cosmic cannon, the Large Hadron Collider. Imagine the scientific community's excitement when a Large Hadron Collider suddenly uncovered something altogether new. The new object is so enigmatic that some scientists have dubbed it a ghost.
By Jesus, you're right, you know. Yeah, they believe in looking for those pissy little bloody particles that don't actually exist in reality. Yet but outside their windows, they've got bloody UFOs flying around and no one wants to bloody bother with it.
We haven't done a lot of UFO stories lately, but that doesn't mean the phenomenon has subsided. In fact, it seems to be accelerating, sightings the government cannot explain. The Daily Mail is reporting tonight exclusively that the Office of the Director of National Intelligence is about to send a classified report to Congress, in which the government details more than 150 cases of unexplained UFO encounters in just the past year. In all, the report looked into more than 300 total encounters, and of those, half could not be explained.
Wouldn't you have thought the United Nations by now would have got together, or the US Army or the US military or whatever, and said, right, we're designating a couple of these big bloody helicopters to be on standby, and the first sign of a UFO, or whatever they want to call them, we bloody charge up there and take bloody photos of it. Yeah, have some designated bloody hit squad or whatever, a couple of helicopters, just standing there waiting for it, and as soon as the word goes up that there's a bloody UFO flying around up there from the Air Force or from radar or whatever, they go up there and they bloody photograph the thing, video the thing in real time with a decent fucking video camera, and so we can get to the bottom of what the hell these things are. But no, that doesn't seem to happen. I mean, Johnny, you and I, we could have worked that out bloody a year ago. You got to get a helicopter and a team designated to go and look for these things. That'll be the answer to it. Either you do that or you're actually not interested in it at all. Yeah, they're just playing around. And that's why they're dragging their tail, dragging their feet with these bloody reports. And
the Pentagon is working on a UAP report to Congress. I think it was due on Halloween. Has any version of that report, either classified or unclassified, been delivered? And if not, do you have an ETA on when that might be sent up to the Hill?
Yeah, thanks. So my understanding is that report is being prepared by the Office of the DNI, Director of National Intelligence, so I'd refer you to them in terms of the status. So I'm afraid I won't have anything further until that report comes out.
If I could just follow up, there's been some reporting that Chinese drones may be monitoring U.S. military operations. Has the Pentagon UAP office, I think it's called Arrow now, has it discovered that China is using drones to watch U.S. forces or gather information as part of this process, UAP process?
Sure. I don't have any information on that at the moment, but we'll look into that and come back to you. Thanks very much. Okay.
Yeah. Please look into that, General Ryder. My audience would really appreciate it.
Stalling? Are you saying the government's stalling on this particular issue?
Very interesting. Now, it's possible that the increase of these incidents is linked to better technology, more drones, and, of course, more debris in space. However, out of 144 reports between 2004 and last year, only one has been explained. Since then, the number is closer to 400. So you can see they are increasing as we have more cameras in the sky and we have more eyes that can document what they're seeing with these cameras.
I mean, if I went flying me bloody Cessna up there, Johnny, I'd have F-18s and F-16s and Christ knows what escorting me out of the area in no time flat. And telling me not to fucking come back. But these things, they just let them go up there, and no, we've never tried to communicate with them. No, not that I know of.
Have we attempted to communicate with those objects?
No.
Yet when but outside their windows, they've got bloody UFOs flying around, and no one wants to So what's causing this, Johnny? What's causing this melee, this bloody lack of interest, this lack of urgency? I'll tell you why the scientific community isn't following it, Johnny, or showing no interest. Why? There's no money in it. What sort of a bloody idiot bloody answer is that? But Johnny, are you saying that in the scientific community they don't believe there's going to be any money in looking for UFOs? So they don't want to look for them? Well, not initially, Johnny. There's no government funding unless you're in the government. And no young scientist is just going to go out on his own, Johnny, and say, I'm going to bloody spend my life studying UFOs because he won't make any money. Oh, there's plenty of money to be made once the bloody UFO is found. Well, by Jesus, the industry will jump on it then. As far as they're concerned, all you can risk is your bloody reputation and you won't get a fucking job anywhere.
Annihilation.
And it's not part of a legitimate scientific research program that they can bloody make money out. Johnny, are you fucking good scientific research of this, Johnny, would answer a whole lot of questions that have been bubbling along for centuries. The pyramids, who visited what, religion, all sorts of bloody stuff, new scientific breakthroughs from these bloody people from another world. But no, we're gonna fuck around looking at that. Well, I suppose if yeah. And we spent the last 100 years, Johnny, building these radio telescopes to try and listen for signals coming from perhaps some bloody civilization way out there in the universe. And we might have advanced civilizations, Johnny, flying out the back in the mountains there every second night if they'd go out and have a look, but they're not interested. What's that, Higgins? There's something weird flying above the mountains outside. Don't bother me with that now, Higgins. I'm trying to get a signal from a planet 26 trillion million light years away. It could be an advanced civilization. We're left in this quandary, Johnny. On one hand, they're saying we don't know what they are. We have no idea what they are. We've never communicated with them, and it's very, very important that we find out. And on the other hand, no one gives a rat's ass about it, Johnny. They're all looking at the bloody particle collider, waiting for these little bloody quarks to pop up every now and then.
Imagine the scientific community's excitement when a large hadron collider suddenly uncovered something altogether new.
When all they had to do was look out the window or watch a bit of bloody TV, and there's this amazing project just flying around out there waiting for them, and they're not the slightest bit interested.
I tell you, gentlemen, science has agreed that unless something is done and done quickly, man, as the dominant species of life on Earth, would be extinct within a year.
Well, they're probably out there. We're going to move. Oh, well, they're probably out there. We'll move heaven and earth to investigate this, and then they do fuck all.
I said, take it easy, baby. I worked all day, and my feet feel just like lead.